Right on. Folks, good morning. It's early. It is a little bit before 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time out here in California. And I wanted to check in. As I told you guys before, I'm doing this training exercise down here, training the election workers to maintain the polls and stuff during our 2021 gubernatorial recall election out here in California. And I'm training down in Los Angeles County, which is, the most populous county for the election, biggest district. And it's been a blast. So it's been a blast, but it's been tiring. 13, 14-hour days last couple of weeks, lining things out, changing the curriculum as we go, adding features and more details about, keeping people prepared to work in the field. And it's real similar to training motorcycle technicians. I know that, motorcycle technicians might not like to hear that, but you're teaching IT, you're teaching people, I'm teaching people how to, maintain the computer systems, communication systems, the wiring, the routing, what to do if there's a fault code or an error code, how to source information, fix errors in the field, and, how to work together as a team and communicate. Really big on the team and the communication side of things. I think that's one of the most important things. Like when I train people in power sports, I always start with communication. And I know that's not sexy. I was just listening to a podcast today with Chris Badgett on the LMS cast that he does. And I'm kind of a fan, and those of you that know me know that I'm into Lifter LMS quite a bit for my web development stuff. But, he was talking to somebody today about success in courses or success in memberships. And they were talking about, the pill versus the something else. I can't remember what it was, like the pill versus the candy, right? And it's like a dog pill or a treat. And so the dog wants the treat, right? But for some reason you can't get them to take a pill. And so, you got to wrap it in peanut butter, you got to, wrap it in bacon, or you got to do something to get the dog to take the pill. And it makes me realize when I talk about training or helping people develop their business, they know that they need it. They know that I can add value. They know that I can make things happen. Hey, I'm doing a YouTube live. You want to be on TV? Like TikTok. And so it made me realize, listening to that, maybe my training is more of the pill. Like I know everybody needs it. They know they need it, but it's not sexy. And when I bring communication and leadership to the table and it restores internal culture to the business and helps the business grow, the sexy part, I guess, is seeing all the zeros in the bank account, right? When I work with a dealership and they do another $1 million in revenue for the year, that's fantastic. When I work with a dealership, they do another $800,000 in revenue for a year. That's fantastic. When I watch a dealership add 2 or 3 brands to their, to their business model, right, as an independent business, when I watch them, add, a KTM, a BRP, a Triumph to their repertoire, that is fantastic. And that is sexy, right? But how do I communicate that sexiness through something like the Power Sport Academy? And it's really got me kind of thinking about that a little bit. I've helped other people launch online training as well. And so I take a look at my level of success, and I take a look at some of the projects I've worked on that experience success. And some of them do really, really well. And it's interesting. I don't want to call people out by name because I don't have their permission to divulge this kind of stuff. But, when you launch somebody's training product and it just kind of flatlines and kind of steady grows, in some respects, I think that's natural. And so, hey, good for you. You got the product done. Your membership will grow over time. Continue to use this as a tool, reach out to people. But then there's some that you launch, and even if you don't think they're going to be awesome, they end up being awesome. And you just, you see, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, $12,000. And you're like, how is that happening? What makes one, kind of launch with that lackluster kind of flow and another one, ramp up so fast? And it's interesting to try and see it from my perspective and try to pick out which ones are going to work, which ones might not work. What's the marketing message? Are they using email? Are they using social media? How big was their network to begin with? Did they have a YouTube base before they went to an online course model? That there's all these things that play into it. And then having watched and observed others and their levels of success and possible failure, having watched that go, okay, how do I leverage the wins of others to try and make sure that I can create a win through my project, the Power Sport Academy. And it's really, really interesting to play around with and see how things work. I feel really solid about the Power Sport Academy right now. I think I've told you guys that it's definitely in a growth pattern. And now the opportunity here is, especially in the month of September, is we're doing a good push for the month of September to get people motivated and really consider the sexiness of training their staff to run their power sports business for more profit, for better customer satisfaction, and for better company culture. You know, if you can fix the internal culture of your business and people actually enjoy working there, and they all start making money doing it, it's fantastic. You know, there's jobs that you dread. There's jobs where you can't wait for the weekend. And then there's jobs where you're actually kind of excited to go back to work at the beginning of the week. And those are the jobs I love. I love being able to help people, add value to people. And, you know, to use the term from the LMS cast, you know, there is some sexiness to that. And I want to share that with as many people as possible. So for this week, I'm sharing the sexiness of election maintenance. And it's been fun. I make fun of it, but it's been a good time. There's, you know, two different kinds of phones to train them on. There's the laptops, there's the machines, the Smartmatic machines, that big yellow thing back there. Teach people how to put those together, take them apart, store them, transport them, all that kind of stuff. And it's just been a real great couple of weeks to keep things moving and shaking. All right.